Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of the Next Level Podcast. I am your host, Brian Daniels. Big thanks again to the voice of NBA Jam, the voice of NFL Blitz, Tim Kitzrow, for doing our intro. We super duper appreciate you for doing that. Today on this episode, I got my man, my podcast tag team partner, Josh Thunder Shaver down there. What's going on, Josh?
Hey, yo, how's it going?
What's going
Ready to
on?
talk some movies?
I know. We will probably be talking about a movie that has something to do with your shirt you're wearing right now because you had to show up in front of everybody else.
Yeah, I did.
And then we got a very special guest, Julius, joining us on this episode. He is from the
Sir,
Jason Files show here on YouTube. And what's going on, Julius? How you doing today, man?
doing beautiful, man. Can't
That's good.
complain. Here to talk about
Good.
some good FF stuff.
Let's
You know,
go. Yeah, some good Fantastic
sir,
Four stuff. It sounds good.
yeah,
Feels good to
good
be able to
FF
do
stuff.
that. Yeah. But yeah, that is exactly why we are here. It is episode 120 of our podcast, and we are here to talk about Fantastic Four First Steps that just came out this past week, and we're going to be telling you all about it. And I want to make sure I let everybody know there will be spoilers in this video. We're not. I'm talking.
Spoiler
Spoiler
alert.
alert.
I'm not going to sit here and try to tiptoe around this movie because there's too much going on in it for us to do that. So this will not be a spoiler-free thoughts review of Fantastic Four First Steps. But before I get into this, I want to talk about our sponsor, SeatGeek. SeatGeek is one of the biggest ticketing apps that you can download on Android or iOS, or you can go to SeatGeek.com. And they have partnered up with us to give you $20 off your very first purchase of $50 or more. You can use our promo code, the domain GPCE10 right now. It has to be your very first purchase of $50 or more. You can get tickets to concerts, pro wrestling, which is a personal favorite of mine. There's the football season's about to start. I'm a big football fan. That's coming up soon, and so many more events. So download the SeatGeek app today on Android or iOS devices and use our promo code, the domain GPCE10. Save some money, get those tickets. You deserve it. All right, so guys, Fantastic Four, man. I know it's been rough. Let's talk about
Dude,
let's set this up,
Uh,
guys. It's been rough, man. We've had about three big theatrical releases before this one. We
yeah.
had the OG two Fantastic Four movies, which were kind of, like
Uh,
they weren't good. You
uh,
had to, they weren't really. I mean, they weren't horrible, but they weren't great.
it was
Um,
embarrassing to say I loved Fantastic Four when those movies came out.
yeah. Oh, you're
mm,
saying it's embarrassing? Yeah, we had those
altogether.
movies. You had the Rise of the Silver Surfer, which was the second movie, which was that was terrible. That was
Yeah.
fucking terrible. We had that. And then we had Fantastic, one of the worst trash movies, comic book
Mm.
superhero movies I would probably dare say has ever came out in my
Uh,
lifetime.
Poor Kate
Um,
Mara for being in that garbage.
yeah, that movie was so bad. I
Yeah.
forgot to tell you, Julius, you can use foul language here, so please let it fly if you need to. But that was a fucking terrible movie. It
yeah,
was
all
awful.
those movies are very forgettable. All of them
Those
forgettable. I won't
yeah,
reference any of them.
yeah, they're so bad. And when we found out it was several years ago that they were gonna, bring back the Fantastic Four with one collective gasp, we all did not know what was going to happen. Now I know we've had 30 plus, not Fantastic Four, but 30 plus Marvel Cinematic movies, with this being number
Yeah.
37, which is insane.
In a row?
God, yeah, 37, baby. But 37. This is the 37th
37.
Marvel Cinematic Universe movie.
Row. Yeah.
And which is crazy.
Yeah.
We've been doing this, I think, since like 2007. Yeah, about 2007. We're 20
Yeah,
years
dude.
strong into this right now.
Yeah.
And we wondered, we questioned, what do we get to this point? And we got there, and all of us have seen First Steps. And I know we all got thoughts on it. Let me just kind of set this up. So this movie stars Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. You got Eben Moss-Bachrach as Ben Grimm the Thing. You have Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm, Julia Garner as Shia LaBeouf, aka the Silver Surfer, and you have Ralph Ennison, who I think did a really great job as Galactus. Oh, and I would be amiss to not forget to mention Paul Walter Hauser as Harvey
Yeah, there you
Eller
go.
Coleman. So there's that.
Our boy Stingray.
Um, and then Stingray, yes, Stingray.
Also, he
So
wrestles
fantastic,
too.
and he is a pro wrestler. I've actually met him too. Great, great dude. So for me, I guess I'll start it off. I'm sure you guys were a little weary about there being another Fantastic Four film. Um,
Yeah.
I went and saw this. So here's to be fair, we have been eating pretty good with superhero movies lately, right? We had Thunderbolts was a
Yes.
banger of a film.
Yeah.
Thunderbolts was so
Really was.
good. The Jason File Show did a really
Yeah.
great video on Thunderbolts. You guys
Yeah.
go check that out.
Very good.
That was a fantastic film. I really feel like we were back at that point. Like, okay, MC, you got me
Mhm.
back. You brought me back. You brought me back at that point. We just had
Right.
the DCU launch
Yeah.
with the whole reboot reset of that with James Gunn's Superman, which was a fucking amazing movie.
Yeah.
It was really good. And
Yeah.
now we get Fantastic Four first steps, and I know a lot of us are coming off that high of Superman going to see this movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you guys something. At best, for me, this movie was a 3 out of 5. Uh, that doesn't mean it was bad, but I don't think this movie was great, and that's fine because it doesn't need to be a 5. Um, However, I will say that a lot of people, I think what's going on is, and then I'll let you guys kind of give your thoughts on it. I think that the reason why some people are saying, "Oh, this is 10 out of 10," when you don't get anything good from Fantastic Four ever until now, yes, it's probably going to be a 10 out of 10. All right, it's going to be. It'd be like never having a good
Right.
Batman movie. Like never, you'd have like
Yeah.
5 different people playing Batman. And you've never had a good Batman, and then they say we're doing this again. You're like, oh great, we're doing this shit again. Great, what are we gonna get now? And then they
Yeah.
put out this movie. You probably would feel like it's a banger. It's a 10 out of 10. Now, to me, this is not a 10 out of 10. I still think Superman was a better film. However, I think this movie was still a good movie. All right. Uh, Before we
Okay.
kind of break into the movie and kind of break down, what are your guys' initial thoughts about this film? Like, well, I'm gonna start with our guest Julius, man. Well, Julius, what do you think about this movie without comparing it to the trash of the 3 movies that came out? Because I know you liked this movie. So what did you think about it, man? What did you think about it?
Right. Well, I definitely enjoyed it. That's right out the gate. They had a tall task. They're starting the beginnings of the reset for the MCU, basically, with this.
Yeah.
This is Phase 6, first movie, ending this somewhat horrific multiverse saga. So it's very important for you guys to
Yeah.
get into this movie and love the Fantastic Four, because they're going to kind of be the root to what's going on here on out. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
that was important. I think they catered to the casuals more than I would like to, but and
Okay.
that's kind of why the movie is kind of only an hour and like 45 minutes. You know,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
left some of the juicy stuff, the things that Josh would go crazy over, because
Yeah.
Josh is a super Fantastic Four guy. So those things, they kind of left those off the table. They said this is a family. They're going to operate as a family. Everything they do, they're going to attack it as a family, and that's what they accomplished. I didn't dislike anybody of the bunch, even Herbie, even though I was kind of mad that his
Fuck
speech
Herbie.
is inaudible, but
Right.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
They
like
understood him, I
R2D2.
guess.
He was like R2D2.
Right. I
Star
wonder
Wars.
how,
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
class they had to take to understand that. But yeah, so they accomplished that. Let's just, that's the first thing. And then visually, oh my gosh, it was a spectacle. I feel like I can kind of like take screenshots of the movie and just watch it back to back, especially when you get to Galactus and the
Oh
Silver
man,
Surfer, and you're seeing certain powers being used, like Reed's powers and the flame on and everything.
yeah.
It's like, oh my gosh, it's just visual spectacle.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
The plot is kind of simple. But that's okay. We don't need to think high level, because I think MCU fans as a whole just kind of mentally are exhausted, trying to figure out where they're going, piecing everything together. You just get Mephisto, and things like this. You're like, we're trying to connect where that'll go with this and that and this. It's like, this is like one of the movies where we can just, all right, let's just breathe, guys. We can actually watch a movie. It's not
Yes.
connected to none of them, even though it is, but it's not connected to anything right now.
Yeah.
So let's just enjoy the first.
Yeah, I want to speak on that point, and that's a really great point that you bring up. Is for me, a lot of these movies feel like you have to have watched like everything before to kind of get an understanding. Here, they don't do the origin story. I mean, they don't do it like as part of they don't go that far back to they show bits and pieces. As I said before, if you didn't hear the beginning, this is not a spoiler free, by the way. Um, they show like a very quick origin, them going, they're
this is a thing that happened.
Here is a let's bring you up to speed. Kind of like on Dragon Ball Z. This is what happened on Dragon Ball Z's last episode. And you just kind of do a real
Dragon Ball Z.
Right.
Yeah, that, and they just kind of show that all through. And I love that these superhero movies are doing that now because they did a very they didn't necessarily do that in Superman. They just kind of did these words where here's when he came and now he's here for 3 years. And I'm like, okay, I like that nice, subtle, you want to bring in people that are new. And what's great about this film, and like Julius just said, is that you don't need to have really known anything about Fantastic Four at this point. Other than that, this is its own thing. And yes, it is going to absolutely be like, it is going to absolutely have a deeper connection overall with everything going on. We are in phase 6, by the way. This is the last phase of the multiverse saga, which I don't know about you guys. I'm glad. I'm ready for this saga to be over because this saga, this saga has just really shown
shit the bed.
That Marvel has shit the bed. I mean, we were going to have Kang, which if you don't know anything about Kang, he's one of the most powerful villains in all of the Marvel.
Right up there, really excited about all the Kangs,
dude. Right up there with Galactus.
We're gone, Kang.
Oh man, and I wanted Kang, and Jonathan Majors just had to fuck that all up with everything. So so now this has really shown
all the other dudes.
This has really shown a chink in the Marvel Cinematic Universe's armor, and Kevin Feige's trying his best to kind of piece it back together as best as he can. Galactus was so well done here. Ralph Ineson did an amazing job voicing this character, kind of showing that emotion. I love the scene when they go and they meet when the Fantastic Four meet Galactus. That was cool as hell.
Yes.
Like you get to really see the scale of this being.
Oh man.
You know what I mean? Josh, if you had to summarize this film for you before we kind of go further into delving into it, what was it like for you?
Here's the thing. I fucking loved it.
My guy.
I did. I'm with you. I'm not giving it a solid top 100% great score. There were a couple things that I didn't like about it. There were a couple things I thought were weird. They chose to go that way, if you will, as opposed to another way. First and foremost, in the nicest, politest, most professional way I can say it, fuck them for starting off with seeing their ship at the end of Thunderbolts and then making me think that this movie was going to end with that connecting everything together. Fuck them and the click they claim for that. Yeah. I'm just standing on that for one.
You're fine. I'm right there. I will die with you on that mountain.
I did because now it's like, God damn it, now I've got to wait more because and that's the thing is that I really like that they're getting me back into it because I'm not saying I agree with you that it's all fatigued and it's done out because I am their target audience. I'm the guy that literally started to read because I was like, oh, what's this? This is a comic book, cool. And these people have been my family this whole time, if you will. So I'm gonna follow everything because I read through the Clone Saga, and I was a real little kid and I survived that shit. So it's like I'm with Marvel till the end, regardless what they give me. Granted, I did not see Fanforstic, solely based on the fact that Marvel stopped publishing Fantastic Four comics before the movie came out.
Hold on, I gotta pause you there. You didn't see Fanforstic. You can't appreciate this film then that much if you haven't seen that trash movie.
Brian, don't even tell me I can't appreciate it because I didn't watch it. They canceled Fantastic Four. You can't see it, but I it's one of the issues I keep on my wall as a reminder of what that movie did to me and my people, that they canceled Fantastic Four. I have the last Fantastic Four issue on the wall right there, and it turned into FF for years. And I thought I had this issue sitting off to the side of me, but all my visual aids are on the other side of the room. But like, it wasn't the Fantastic Four for a long time because this movie, because Marvel didn't want to be associated with it. That's how
No,
bad that movie is. And that is a
yeah,
real story, and that's why I've never seen it.
you're
Now,
absolutely not wrong about that at all. No,
I did
you're right.
like everything about this movie. The fact that they start off by saying, hey, this is the Jack Kirby universe. Now, they didn't make that connection for everyone until the end of the movie
Sure.
when they showed the 838 as Jack Kirby's birthday.
Yeah, yeah, for
But
sure. Yeah.
as you know, someone who has actually gone back and read the Marvel classics of all the original Fantastic Four issues, this felt so great for me. And the fact that the entire aesthetic was what the 1950s thought the future was going to be like
Yeah.
was fantastic. That part where they're going into space and he puts the space program into Herbie and he literally switches out a fucking magnetic tape, like in
Switch
his
out the
head. That
tape.
was fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah, that
I'm going
was
to say
pretty rad.
fantastic a lot, but I don't know. It was just great that they were just like, hey, this is the OG Fantastic Four universe, and we're going to make them Jack Kirby's Fantastic Four because
Yeah,
it needs to be done. And I agree with that.
yeah.
I really like what they did. Um, the one thing that I don't like, and I say this after having seen the movie,
Hmm.
I still don't feel like Pedro Pascal was the perfect Reed Richards.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm gonna comment on that real fast because
Mhm.
I think the casting for this was good. Um,
Yeah.
I know that Hollywood wants Pedro Pascal to be in every movie now.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's
Um,
because he's oversaturated that it felt weird to me because I
no, I
know
don't.
him as so many other important characters.
My thing is yeah, I think he was the one that felt off of the whole team. I think he
Yeah.
felt
It,
off.
it would be
Like we
like
got
if you and
we
McGregor
got
came in and did something, and I'd be like, no, that's Obi-Wan fucking Nobi. That's not, I don't know,
Mando. Mando's coming to play Reed
Corsair.
Richards. Is that
I
what
don't
it's
know.
like for you?
Yeah.
I think for
It's
me,
like,
what's wild is Reed Richards. This guy, he's supposed to be the smartest guy in the world, right? Like, he's supposed to be a fucking genius.
Right.
I think they tried to. I think they did too much science with him. And I know that sounds weird, but I think it was too scientifical for his character.
I
For
don't think he
me,
was
it
sciencey
was
enough. He didn't feel detached enough to
right, and
me.
for me, it was. I think Pedro Pascal playing Reed wasn't like an excellent choice. It was a choice. It was okay.
Yeah.
It was. I'm not gonna say he had really great chemistry. I think with the rest of the team.
Say he's the best read
But
at
what
this
I
point.
will say was, I think out of this team, we got the best damn version of the Thing we could have ever got.
Oh my God,
I
yes.
have to applaud Ibn Mas
Likewise.
Bakbak for his
Yeah.
portrayal of Ben Grimm because
Yeah.
he, I wanted more of him in the movie.
Dude, yeah, you could
I want a
tell.
whole movie about him
Yes,
because
the Eve's turmoil.
He got the
that was
short end of the
so
stick in
good.
this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
like
didn't get
the
as
whole
much screen
part,
time as everybody else.
right? Like the whole thing where they were like, say the line. He's like, I don't. That's in the cartoon. I don't do that. I don't do that. And I'm like, yeah, you do, you son of a bitch. You do that. Shut up. Like, but what I want to talk about too is Johnny Storm.
Yeah.
So we got Joseph
Mm.
Quinn, who was Eddie in Stranger Things,
Mhm.
like a beloved character in that show.
What a good night and day
Um,
contrast of roles, too.
you know what's
He's
weird
got
about this
range.
version of Johnny Storm is this felt
Hmm.
like a very mellowed version of Johnny Storm. You know, Johnny Storm's like it has always been the comic relief in the
Right.
Fantastic Four. If you've read the comic, he
Mhm.
had been that way in like the movies. Here we get a more wholesome Johnny Storm. I feel
Yeah.
like
Because
when the
even back in
chicks
the
are
day, he was a jackass.
yeah, and in this he is like I feel like they really purposely did not do a lot of jokes in this movie
They,
because the other three movies were a lot of
right.
jokes between him and Ben because that's just their they have that kind of they've always had that like brother
Relationship.
relationship between
Yeah.
the two of them, right? So even though Reed is his brother-in-law, but like for me it's we got a more like wholesome, caring Johnny Storm than
Yeah.
we got like Chris Evans who was just a jock playing Johnny Storm. That's kind of how I felt about
Yeah.
that version of Johnny Storm. Here, I really loved this version of Johnny Storm. Like
This
he like when
version of Johnny Storm would not refer to a butthole as a cinnamon ring donut.
like that the end of the movie when
Man.
he's just like the end of the movie. That's you
That's
son
hilarious.
of a bitch. The end of the movie where he is just like, tell Franklin I love him. I'm like,
Mm,
oh man, no way, dude. Like, but I had a feeling that Shia LaBeouf was gonna do the thing. I did
yeah,
like the fact that he was hitting on her the entire time in the movie, by the way. And I'm like, okay, that's Johnny Storm. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, that's what Johnny. That's Johnny
that's
right there.
Johnny I
That's
know.
Johnny.
Yeah,
We like that.
Hot
That's the
alien.
Johnny we know.
Motherfucker.
that's
I'm
the
I'm
Johnny we
glad they
know.
turned him down though a little bit.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
I'm
too.
glad they turned him down because we've had a run of characters that are ultra arrogant as of late, and they've
Mm-hmm.
all kind of done things in movies that we like. Most recently, Riri Williams.
Yeah.
She just doesn't. We have a hard time rooting for her because she's
Yeah.
ultra arrogant and just make
Yeah.
wrong decisions all the time. We love Star Lord, but I felt the way when he punched Thanos in the face when they almost had the glove off. Chill
Yeah.
out, man. Just chill out. It's
Yeah.
it's those characters that are kind of loose cannons. They're fun. They're always fun, but they mess up things so often. And I'm
Yes.
tired of seeing those characters. So to have him
Yeah.
come kind of down to earth and actually be a part of the intellectual solving of the problem where he deciphers the messages from Shallow Bell
Yes.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, there we go. I like to see that
Yeah.
versus him doing something stupid and messes up a mission and now they got to go in and fix something he done. So I thought that was pretty smooth how they put that
I
together.
do like that
And if
they
you
did.
notice, he always pet Kirby every time they saw him in frame. He would pet Kirby one time.
Yeah.
That always
I do like how they
humanizes
didn't.
people when they yeah.
I do like how they didn't take him as serious when he was like, I got it figured out. Like they didn't think that he was like
Yeah.
capable of being like that guy. And I think that's what's cool about this film is we see Johnny Storm in a whole new light in the likes in which we haven't seen on screen
Yeah.
because he's always been, even he was in the comics, is just kind of like your comic relief character.
Yeah.
Where he's just joking with Ben, and that's kind of it. But here,
Putting kick me
I
signs
think
on
that
Spider-Man's back.
yeah, right, right. But here, I think Joseph Quinn was the perfect choice to play as Johnny Storm. By the way, I think they got that casting really right.
Yeah, they did good with that for sure.
He did great. What did you guys think about the Silver Surfer, Shala Ball? What did you think about that choice? Instead of going with the male Silver Surfer, they went with the female Silver Surfer.
I understand they did it to give Johnny Storm the reason to have that much of an interest is because he was legitimately like, ooh, shiny thing, wanna fuck. But and that wouldn't have worked if it was Norrin Red. That's just how it goes. But I don't know. I understand why they made the choice. They just
Yeah.
didn't have to make that choice. They could have written that all completely differently. So I don't know. I feel like it's a choice they made, and the reason that they felt that they were more free to do it is because the movie started off with "This is Earth 838," and
Mm-hmm.
if that's really the most radical choice they made, I'm okay with that.
Do you guys think that this is just that this doesn't take place in the 1960s and it's just Earth 838 and it's there like this is 2027 in this Earth, but it's just stuck in like the
Yeah.
1960s? Is that
Yeah,
is
no,
that
that's
what we're
exactly
dealing
what
with?
it is.
Okay.
Probably. Yeah.
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 That's kind of my thoughts on that anyway. Yeah. For
Yeah, it's
me,
not that year. It's
just too much mathing.
Julius,
too
what
much
did you?
mathing happened to happen.
Oh my God, right, dude. Julius, what did
Yeah.
you think about Shala Ball, Silver Surfer?
I thought she was awesome in the actual movie. For me,
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of extensive knowledge of Silver Surfer. I know Norrin Rad, of course, but I don't know
Yeah.
the backstory, a lot of that in Galactus. So I'm kind of like the high level casual. I know things about the
Mhm.
universe, but I'm not, I don't have the pages to back up what I know.
Right.
So just going in naked like that, I mean, she was fine,
Yeah.
She was kind of
Yeah.
awesome. I love the chase scenes with her in the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Ultimately love her choice at the end to actually help them. So I
Mhm.
had no issues with her visually. It was spot on. It was beautiful. They gave
Yep.
her a little bit of backstory. I didn't know if they were actually going to give it to us. I was like, I wonder how she became
Came the
his herald
surfer,
versus,
his
Lauren
herald.
Rad, but they gave us a little bit of
Yeah.
backstory. So I wasn't mad at it at all.
Yeah.
Galactus, whew, man. I
Yeah,
keep going
let's
back to
talk about that for a
Galactus.
second. So basically, how
Yes.
the plot of
Oh
this
my god.
entire movie. So the plot of this entire movie is the Fantastic Four have been basically the saviors of the Earth for a long time. As far as we know, they are the only superheroes in this version of Earth, which is 838.
Yeah.
Or is it 828? I thought it was 828, maybe
It was 838 because that's Jack Kirby's birthday.
Hold on.
but
It's 838.
it's 838. Okay, so we got that. So
828 is the one with the horrible Illuminati.
there it is. So we got so basically they've been
Maybe, I don't know.
kicking everybody's ass for years. They show them kicking Mole Man's ass. That's Paul Walter Hauser.
Which is
Taking
great.
care of him,
Jack
which he was hilarious. And then all of a sudden, Silver Surfer comes down, and she does this whole like it reminded me of The Day the Earth Stood Still. I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
saw that movie or not with
No,
Keanu Reeves,
that was great.
where the guy comes down, and he's like, "You guys are pretty much fucked. Get ready. Like it's
Latu Verata, Nick,
you guys are screwed."
bitch.
So she comes down, tells him that she's the Herald for Galactus. Says basically like she says something in her language, which we find out what that is later, thanks to Johnny Storm. And basically is like, hey, peace, love, and everything else. You guys are screwed, and like soon by Galactus, he's gonna come and destroy your whole planet.
Grana weep ninny bong.
Right, and then you get Johnny Storm, who he thinks she's hot as fuck, wants to go have sex with her, flies off into outer space.
Wants to go clap the chrome cheeks.
Right, and he wants to clap those silver cheeks, and because he can't fly into outer space because that will kill him. She says something.
That was cool that he like his fire went out as soon as he hit the no atmosphere. Yeah, there's no air.
Yeah, and so then basically they figure out a way to track Surfer to Galactus's ship into another galaxy. What I thought was cool is they've discovered, they already have faster than light travel. You have to understand this is like a version of the 50s and the 60s where they basically have like everything, right, that we did not have in our version of Earth. And so they decide to go up. I love that whole they were kind of scared about going back into the ship bit because the last time they were in outer space, that's when they got the powers.
Yeah.
They got everything happened. Yeah. So they travel, they find Galactus' ship. I love that scene, by the way. That was cool as hell. They get to this planet, and he's like, well, it says that Galactus is in the middle of the Earth, and then the planet, and the whole planet just gets fucking consumed.
Yes.
Because I was sitting there thinking while I was watching, like, all right, how are they going to introduce us to Galactus? Like, how are they going to introduce him? Because you gotta go big, and man, they went big. Like to show him, you can't just say, right, he's a destroyer of worlds, and you don't just not show him destroy a world in the fucking movie when you talk about it. We gotta be able to see what that looks like.
Destroyed a world, right?
Yeah. And so basically he destroys this planet. They end up getting caught in a tractor beam. Silver Surfer's like basically telling them, you made a big mistake coming here. Galactus will see you. I don't know why, and this is gonna make you guys crack up. This is gonna make you guys crack up because when I saw this, I don't know, my mind went immediately there. But why is it when they meet Galactus, why does it look like they're meeting the Wizard of Oz? Like the four of them, they show that scene behind the
Wizard of Oz.
And it reminded me of like the Tin Man, Scarecrow, fucking Lion, and Dorothy going to see the Wizard of Oz. And he's like, I am Galactus.
Yeah. Except he really is that big giant dude, though.
Oh, he really is. He's not just some dude in a robot thing. This is really him.
He really is a big dude.
You guys had said you really liked how Galactus was done in this movie, and that Ralph Ineson, who portrays Galactus in here, did a good job. What did you guys got any more thoughts about Galactus?
Yeah, I like the fact that they actually, if you really think about how his ship and everything was set up, they didn't need to explain, but they perfectly showed that he was the ship itself breaks up the planet and he absorbs the energy from that through all the tubes that pump it into him, and he absorbs it through his armor type of shit. Like, it's one of those things where, if you know what goes on like I do, and you're a huge fucking nerd, that makes absolute sense. but also at the same time, if not, like they didn't sit there and explain it to you, they just kind of showed you it working and then said, okay, cool, moving on.
Yeah,
And
Mhm.
they didn't like
yeah.
hang up on it, and it was pretty cool because like Brian, I know for a fact you don't know how that's how that works. Did anything about that whole scene look weird to you?
I mean, I kind of knew that's how that worked, but I
Okay,
didn't. But it didn't. But I'm one of those. I'm kind of like Julius. I'm like a. I'm not like. I'm like a next level casual, but I'm not a
right,
super nerd like you. I
right,
didn't read a whole lot of
Right.
Fantastic Four, but I know enough about Galactus to know that he absorbs the resources through his
yeah,
through the inner workings of his ship.
yeah,
But like you said, to speak on that a second, that was that. I love when movies are subtle enough to
mhm.
where you don't need an over explanation to say like they didn't need to have Reed go, he must be absorbing the resources of the ship through those pipes. We must
Yeah,
find a way to like to tell you that
Right.
you're stupid.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
I love
And
how
we
they
don't
don't
need to
make the
over.
character do that. Because I can't stand when they do that in movies. We're like, oh my goodness, Reed, he must be using the tubing to absorb the, you know, like stupid shit like
yeah.
that.
We don't need
It
to
was
know
very
all that.
subtle. Yeah,
That-
yeah. I'm sorry. Go
Exposition.
ahead, but carry on, Josh. What else do you think about Galactus?
I like that. I like the fact that Galactus seemed fucking bored, and that was my favorite part about it. Is
Yep.
that
Yep.
Yeah,
Galactus like he's
he seemed
not a
kind of bored.
malicious dickhead. He's driven by a
Yeah,
purpose, and that is his place in the universe. And that's a lot of the things that a lot of the people that the Fantastic Four go up against is that they're not like being trying to be a dick. It's just that like, hey man, this is what I do. Yeah. What is that? What is that parable about the scorpion and the toad? And like, it's in my nature type of shit. Like eating planets is just in his nature. He does it. It's not like he's being like, hey, fuck you. He's giving them an adequate amount of time to like leave the planet and get the fuck out of there if they can too. Like, because it's not like he showed up and was going, hey, or the Silver Surfer didn't go, "Hey, dude's coming," and then he wasn't like 2 seconds behind going, "Hey, I'm here. I'm gonna fuck your shit up." It wasn't, it wasn't like that. It was like, "Hey, Galactus is coming. Prepare yourself." And then they go and find him, and he's on the other side of the universe, just like eating a whole nother different
yeah,
planet.
dude. Yeah,
So it's I don't know. I kind of feel like they kind of tug and cheek tried to make Galactus more of a sympathetic character. You just didn't know it yet,
yeah.
especially when the whole reason you find out his whole motivation is for
He want a new job, man. He
yeah
tired of his job.
he because I was gonna say that was his whole
Dude, I
motivation, but it
mean, it's
really
like if
wasn't.
you're
It
a
was just
security
kind of
guard,
like his
like if you're a
motivation
security
changed.
guard, yeah, like if
Yeah,
you're a security guard for 40 years and you're just sitting in a fucking chair, you're just kind of like, all right, I need to find somebody else to do this shit. I'm tired. He just wants to retire,
Right.
man. Can you blame him? Is he really a bad guy? He just wants to be
He's not.
replaced, man. He's done.
right.
He don't want to do
He's
it no
not.
more. Shit. He's
The
old and
man has an
tired and he's
insatiable appetite. He has to
Yes.
fulfill that. It
yeah,
is
man.
preordained. He has to fulfill
Yeah.
his appetite. But the
Yeah.
brother found a loophole. He was like, me and this baby can switch spots and I can
Yep.
finally get out of this job. That's all it is.
Yep.
I don't want to hurt nobody. I just
I
Yeah.
doing
just
what I do.
So so
want to
we'll
suck on some Sue Storm's titty. That's what
so
he
we'll
wanted.
so we'll speak on that. So we haven't mentioned. So Sue Storm is
Yeah.
pregnant. She ends up letting Reed know precursor all this that she's about to have their kid. If you
Mhm.
don't know, Franklin Benjamin Richards, who
Yeah.
ends up being one of the most powerful beings in
Yes,
Marvel.
sir.
Yeah.
He uh, uh, that's their child. Um, so what basically Galactus does is he scans all of them and then he focuses on her belly. And he's like, "Oh, I don't think you guys realize how powerful this kid is." And they're like, and then Reed's like, "I done all the tests, and he's not that intelligent." Like he's trying to act like,
Right.
Yeah.
he's
Right.
like, "I've done all the tests," and Galactus is like, "No, dog, I've been doing this for 40 years. I've been everywhere. I know when I see something that looks real tasty and delicious, and I want to eat it." You know, what
Yeah.
I mean? So, so
Yo, hold up.
he's like, "I've been looking all over the place for something like this, so I can get off this goddamn chair." You know, so
Yeah.
Right.
so he, so he,
Gets
so
The
he,
curse is yours.
so he basically is just like, give me your child, and I'll
mhm.
spare Earth, right? And me, I'd be like, all right, cool. No, it's fine.
That's foul.
I will make another.
I'd be like, me and Sue can do another kid. We have fun making this, and we can make another one. Shit, come on.
No problem.
If all you need is a factory of little baby Galactuses, I got you, dog. As long as you don't kill nobody, I'm down. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But
we
like,
can
no,
Yeah.
but of course, that's the Brian Daniels cut of the movie, not the one we got. So we're
Yeah.
so instead, as one would expect, since Fantastic Four, and I'll say this, I think Julius kind of touched on this at the beginning of the show. This is about family, and what I
Mhm.
like about this movie, and I think what really separates it, there's not much that separates it from the other shitty ones, but I'll say is Fantastic Four has always been about family, right? These are a
Yes.
family of people that happen to have powers, right?
This is the first time they showed it, though, for sure.
That's what I liked about this film is I think the real superpower here is that they are a family and that they got each
Yeah.
other's backs. And I think like what Josh said in his video, if I say family one more time, Vin Diesel might show up in this movie. And the thing is that is that we never had really seen that
Yeah.
in this movie, let alone really any Marvel movie, that
Yeah.
cinematic movie that's came out. It has not really been, because it's all been individual stuff, right? It's all been
Mhm.
like, I think maybe Black Panther got a little close on that because it was about Wakanda and the family they have there, and
Yeah.
it's massive, right? It's a whole planet. The family of it's a whole planet that's the family, right? And that's
Yeah.
deep. But here we got something that we hadn't really seen, which is four individuals who come together who are a family, and how that is the power that they really share and how they use that. And so, of course, Sue's like, there ain't no way, there's no damn way I'm giving you my kid.
Mhm.
They finally escape from the ship because they got Galactus. I think one of my favorite scenes in this entire movie is the escape. So they go
Oh
they're
yeah.
going through this portal. They're going through the faster than light thing, and Silver Surfer's coming at him. Johnny goes to the guns. I mean, this is a scene where they're all literally working together. You got Sue, who I think am I wrong in saying that Galactus basically caused her contractions to happen? He did, right? Didn't he
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
like
he
touch
did.
Yeah.
her and
Yeah,
started going
he
into birth?
absolutely did.
Right. So,
Yeah.
and going into labor. So she's fucking going into labor while she's like floating around in zero G. And
Right.
and you got Reed over here doing some calculations. Johnny's trying to shoot her, which I loved that, by the way. When he was trying to shoot her, the beam was like
Mhm.
swirling around in the portal thing they were going through, and that was a hell of a good scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then of course, Sue ends up using like all the strength that she can muster to make the ship invisible, so they can finally get away from Galactus and the Surfer. And then she ends up giving birth to Franklin there in space. That was pretty cool. Um, so then of course,
Yeah.
they come back, and they basically are just like, oh yeah, they're like, so Earth's like, oh, you beat Galactus. We're like, no. They're like, well, why not? And they're like, oh, he wanted our kid to so that none of y'all would die. And then of course everybody hates.
Everybody was like,
Right.
"Fuck
Everybody's
you,
like,
fuck you,
Fuck
one
you,
life for a
yeah.
million,
right?
billion, whatever.
Kill the fucking baby." And everyone
They're
was
probably
super cool with it.
There were probably like people in the crowd like, take my kid.
Yeah.
Like,
My kid could be Franklin.
right. So of course they do that. That kind of felt a little like cliche. Um, that kind of felt a little cliche for me, like the not making the sacrifice thing that they do sometimes, a little trope they do in movies. So of course they're hiding out in the Future Foundation building. They're hanging out there, and they're just trying to figure out, well, hell, what
Baxter
the hell we
Building.
do. And Sue's like, um, I know, and Reed's like, well, there is one thing, and she's like, oh, you best not. He's like,
Yeah.
hey, just because I'm thinking it doesn't mean I'm going to do it.
Right.
Like,
you gotta think through these problems so you know how to
Yeah.
attack them the correct way, even
right.
the worst possible
Yep.
Exactly.
situation. Yeah.
I
That is
mean, and
Reed Scientific Fact Richards.
you got to
Right.
understand though, with a guy like him, he's not going to not think that in his mind. Because I think for any of us, I don't have kids. I know, Josh, you have kids. I don't know if Julius, you have any kids or not, but if you have kids, I would like to think that we would probably, at the end of the day, be like, man, like the entire world
Depends on which kid you're asking.
My kid. Oh, it depends on which kid. That's hilarious.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, as
to be
parents,
in those shoes.
everybody
To be in those
looks
shoes,
at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, in those shoes, it's like, man, oh man. Obviously, everybody wants to be the hero and things of that nature, but can you give up your own child no matter what the reward is for that or cost of that? No, we can't.
No.
We'll go down
absolutely not.
before that happens. So,
yeah, absolutely not.
the
And
world,
I think
it took Sue to let the world know that. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
not giving
like
up my
that.
baby, but we're not giving up on you either. So
yeah, I like that entire scene. That scene was really well done, where she just is like goes out there and she's telling this entire crowd of like the crowd didn't seem as angry as I thought they would be. Like they were kind of chill. Like
Yeah, that was the moment that I was like, okay, this is they did pick the perfect Sue Richards. Like this is the point.
Vanessa Kirby.
She's not Susan Storm. This is Sue Richards, mother, protector, badass. Of course, on that same note, I wanted to point out that they definitely laid some seeds for Malice to show up, which is an alter ego of Sue Richards, Sue Storm.
Oh, okay.
It's comic. It's from a different time. I'll say it like that. It's kind of like when you're trying to excuse your racist grandma when she says something and it's like she's from a different time type of shit. So they did this thing where Sue Richards was PMSing super hard. And
I got you.
She basically became a villain for a while. And the way that they fixed it is Reed Richards walked up and slapped her in the face and gave her something to actually be mad about. And she turned back into, Sue Storm. And it's like, oh man, if they do that, they're going to have to change some shit. But basically, Sue has a dark side to her. And they kind of showed it when
I can see
she was like, kill that motherfucker. She's like, Johnny, she came after your nephew. Kill that bitch. And it was just like, oh, okay. I'm ready. Let's go.
I think she would be really good at playing Malice if that's what the character's like. I could definitely see it.
if they did it right, so it's like, man, they really got to be careful if that's what they're going with. But I noticed it.
Yeah. So she goes out, basically is just like, hey, I want you to meet my baby, the one that all of you wanted me to just like throw in the trash.
Yeah. Here's the baby you wanted to die, you motherfuckers.
I have to do this thing where I have to show all of you what you were about to just make me have to sacrifice. And then everybody's like, I'm sorry, but this is what was unrealistic for me about this scene. The whole damn crowd was like, all right, cool, we're down with that. I'm like, no, man, damn
this is New York. Somebody was throwing a brick at that baby. Swear to God.
At least thousands of people who'd be like, fuck that kid. He's going to fucking Galactus.
Somebody would be disgruntled. Somebody.
Yeah. But
of course, this is a different Earth.
At the same time, she is Sue Storm, and they know how she gets down.
But
she will bust your ass.
But this is supposed to be the 50s and 60s. So this is a whole different. This is like Pleasantville time.
Yeah,
probably like, oh yeah, that's true. I feel like a horrible person now. That was a time when people actually cared about feeling bad about somebody. If that was today, they'd been like, "Oh, fuck that baby! Get that motherfucker."
Fuck that baby.
Yeah, they would say that.
Guaranteed, at least one. Fuck that kid. If it was present.
Fuck them kids, MJF.
I don't give a shit about your kid. Guess what? I got 4 kids. You got 1. I'm gonna lose my 4 kids.
I'll let you have one of mine.
Right. So of course everybody makes good. They Johnny Storm finally figures out that there's something to do with these recordings that he's been like researching and stuff.
Yeah. Johnny did something other than being a hothead. Way to go.
Yeah.
He wasn't that much of a hothead here though.
Yeah.
The temperature of his was pretty medium. He was a medium spice.
I feel is great. They took Johnny a different way, and I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. But he
but to be fair, we've only seen him around the family though. So when he in the future, he might be a little more, when you butt heads with other people from other universes.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I can't wait
just made you like him, so you'll be on his side when he does
when he does
interact
come
with other
out
people.
with his
Yeah.
oh yeah. And so they basically do this thing where they talked about at the beginning of the movie. Reed was messing with this teleporter. He was
Right.
teleporting an egg, and so they have this real big bright idea. Thanks to I think the Johnny and a couple other people, they were just like, let's just make these things real. And even though we've done zero human testing, we're gonna move the entire planet.
You want to know what bothered me the
Right.
most?
Oh man, what's
Comic
that?
book Reed Richards would have checked to see if the egg was hard boiled in the transport. He just, okay, yep, we shot the egg over. I'm not
Yeah,
going to check
right.
to see if it's cooked or nothing. I'm just going to accept that
So
that
I'm
is what
sitting
it is, man.
there.
We're not going to die. No big deal.
So I'm sitting there, and I'm still waiting for the connection to the end of Thunderbolts
That,
because the ships come into Earth. I'm like, oh,
The
so is
whole
this like
fucking
how they
time,
get?
bro.
So did they accidentally teleport everybody to 818 Earth? Did they accidentally teleport Earth to our solar system and we have two Earths in the same galaxy? I'm like, okay, this is where we're
Nope.
going. No, none of that happened. Matter of
Nope. I
fact,
was
Silver
waiting for them
Surfer,
to fail.
that too. But no, Silver Surfer said, fuck you. And she just starts fucking shit up and
drawing.
destroying
Which is
Yeah.
everything,
great.
which I thought was great. Which leads us
Because
to
I want to
the
see some
third
different
act.
heralds from now on.
Yeah, like so this leads us to the third act. What's different Harold? This leads us to the third act of the movie where Galactus is here. He's ready to fuck shit up. He's
Yeah.
they basically use they decide that they're gonna send Galactus through a black hole and use Franklin as bait. Um which if I'm one of those people that was in the crowd that day, I'd be like, "Oh, so you're still gonna use your kid? Oh, okay."
You're just still going to
Uh,
fucking dangle your baby on a hook, huh? Fuck you.
right. So it just ends up turning out to be this massive end of the movie bit where you know they think they've got Galactus beat.
Mm-hmm.
Sue is basically using the power of motherhood to push Galactus. That's what it was, right?
Yeah.
She basically
It really
uses the
was.
power of being a mother. And you know what? I saw that and I was like, they're gonna do it, aren't they? They're gonna do it, aren't they? They're gonna be
They
like, and
didn't.
I'm a mother. She's just like, you might be the eater of worlds, but I'm a mother.
Right.
You can't beat.
Power of
Yeah.
motherhood. That's hilarious.
And then Johnny's like, well, tell Franklin his uncle loves him, and
Yeah.
Silver Surfer pushes them both through. Um,
Right.
and the world is saved for now.
Mhm.
From the Destroyer of Worlds Galactus. We got no setup for the next film.
Nope.
Like as
I,
far as I know,
is it
we
fucked
got
up that I wanted them to lose in this movie? Like, I kept waiting for them to lose and then was
yeah.
disappointed when Galactus
Mm.
actually went through the portal and was gone and the day was over. I was like,
So here's what I thought was
fuck.
going to happen.
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna. I thought that their Earth was going to get destroyed because
Yeah.
I am one of those people, and I don't know about you guys. I like a good movie where the good guys lose, where the
It's
good
because we love
guys.
wrestling.
That's because I love pro wrestling. Damn
It's
it,
because we love wrestling.
I love pro wrestling. I
Good
like it
guys
when
to
the
lose.
good guys fail.
Mhm.
I like a movie because when we would read the comics as kids, did every comic end with a happy ending? No,
Oh, fuck out.
hell no, right? So I was like, and I'm still waiting. Like I can't escape from what I saw at the end of Thunderbolts. I'm like, okay, when are they all gonna flee into the ship and go to
Mhm.
818, right? Like when is it gonna happen? And I thought what was gonna
Right.
happen was Reed Richards was gonna make more of their ships and try to get as many people on
Take
Earth.
everybody off the planet.
Like
Yeah.
how like in that one movie 2012 where they all got those big giant arcs and they were all gonna say
Yeah.
fuck Earth and gonna leave, right? I was like, oh, okay, so this is how they like go to other Earth. They're just basically bringing like as
Yep.
many people as they can from this one, right? No, that's not what happened either.
Which is
So
fine because that was an episode of Pinky and the Brain and that would have pissed me off. They did it. They grew Chia Earth. It was stupid.
oh my god, Josh, you cracking me up, dude. So that's kind of where we're at with Phase 6. With Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Now after this movie, the
Two after
next
credit
film,
scenes.
we got some extra
That
scenes.
part.
We got some
Yep.
extra
Oh,
cut scenes. We
did
got some
did you
bonus
stay and
scenes.
watch the extra credit scenes?
I sure did, brother. Did you watch the
Okay.
extra credit scenes, Julius?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yes,
What'd you
I
guys
did.
think about
I
them
met
showing off Doctor Doom?
Dr. Motherfucking Doom. Are
Let's
you kidding
go.
me?
man. It's good.
You know,
Good to
I
see
should have
that
wore the
he's in the
helmet.
universe. You should have. You
You know
definitely
what?
should have, Josh.
Hold on one moment. I'm going to have to leave for a second.
Oh
It's all
God, here we
good. It's
go.
all good. Here we
It's
go. We're
fine.
about
We'll
to
hang
get
out.
it.
Julius and I will hang out. I am glad that they're making Doctor Doom because they already did a tease, right? Because they showed at the Future Foundation, they showed all the desks of all the nations in Latveria.
Yep.
Nobody was sitting there,
Latveria.
and
Yeah.
if you, I saw all people going, "What's that all about?" And I'm like, I know what that's about.
Mm.
Like I get it. Um, that was
Doom
yes.
is
Let's go.
back.
Oh my God.
Okay. Doom is back.
Where's my baby at, you bastard?
I can't even hear you with this thing on, so I'm taking it off to tell you Doom is back.
Hold on.
Where's my
Oh,
baby at, bitch?
I'm a little
Where's
I'm
my
not
excited.
gonna do it. I
Where's
can't
my
breathe,
fucking
but
baby at?
I could.
Oh, let's
Oh,
go.
yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell
It's just I
yeah.
can't breathe in it though.
That's right.
Yeah,
Where's my
exactly.
baby at? Where's my baby at, bitch?
Doom is back.
I want my hey. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. All
So
right.
let me tell you, I was pretty upset when they announced Robert Downey Jr. is going to be Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
You know, that's a whole episode of Check It Out where I'm showing off my Doctor Doom stuff. I love Doctor Doom. He's my favorite Marvel character.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four is my favorite comic book. I'm glad he was at the end of this movie, but like, God damn it, why are they teasing me? You know, it's like I'm
Yeah,
ready. I'm ready for some
something is
full on
going
Doom.
on.
I'm
Yeah.
I
so
feel like
glad.
they're throwing us a curveball.
Yeah.
I am
I don't
so
believe that was the
glad
original.
that they set this up for the next movie, Brand New Day, Spider-Man.
Yeah, dude.
So for those who don't know, our next Marvel movie is Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Brand new
Which
day.
I'm just sitting here like, what now? Like, what? How does this connect to? And Josh and I, I'll tell you this, Julius. Josh and I have gone back and forth all about the MCU and how displeased I've utterly been.
Yeah.
With a lot of shit. My displeasure goes to the fact that I'm old school. With like, I loved the first three phases. We got nothing but movies for the most part. It was easy,
Mm-hmm.
right? It was easy. I'm
Yeah,
a simple fan. I'm a simple man.
Mm-hmm.
I go to a movie, you tease the next one, go to the next movie, tease it. But now they're doing all this. They're connecting the dots in like the weirdest ways. It's like playing it. It's like doing a connect the dot puzzle, and then it's like, okay, now go to page 36 to connect the rest of the dots and thing.
right.
And it's like,
Yeah.
what? So there was. I will tell you this: literally nothing connecting, as far as we know, to the next Spider-Man movie. And if you
Yeah.
don't know what happens at the end of No Way Home, basically everybody else except Spider-Man gets the Men in Black Flash, and nobody knows who Peter Parker is anymore.
Right.
So I'm just really interested. And I don't think we're getting that until next year, right? Or is that this year? Are we getting that this year? Are we getting Spider-Man Brand New Day this year?
2026. It's 2026.
So
I think
next year,
maybe
Next
July.
year.
yeah,
Like
yeah. Here it is. Yep, next July. Yep. So we're gonna have to
So
wait
nothing.
almost a year. Remember when we would get like 4 Marvel movies in a year, and now we're like getting like, what is this? Well, this is the third one. We got 3. But I'm so used to them having a. I'm so used to them having a winter release though. They usually have a winter movie release. They're not. So we've got. So here's what's coming up on the slate for Phase 6. So we just had Fantastic Four First Steps. We have a Disney Plus series called Eyes of Wakanda. That's going to be starting on August 1st. Marvel Zombies, which is October the 3rd. We're going to have Wonder Man in December. We're going to get season 2 of Daredevil Born Again, which I need to watch. I haven't watched the first season yet. That's coming out in March. And that's going to lead up to Spider-Man Brand New Day. So my guess is since we did have Daredevil in No Way Home, we're probably going to get, you're going to probably have to at least watch Daredevil Born Again 1 and 2 to get into Brand New Day. I would imagine.
There's a lot going on with the political scene in New York. You really need caught up on. That's all I'll say.
And then, of course, after Brand New Day, we get Avengers Doomsday.
Yep.
I'm excited for this. I think they finally got me back. I think I'm actually gonna start trying to watch
Good.
this. Because I'm one of those people that like I just I don't want to get I don't need to watch She-Hulk. I don't
Yeah,
care
you
about
do.
She-Hulk. No, no,
Dude,
I
it's
don't.
so good,
But
man. Stop being a sour bitch.
I don't want to watch them all. I don't want to watch them
that's
all,
the
bro.
one.
No,
I'm gonna let you
no.
slide if you don't watch that one, bro. You good.
Um,
While you're at it, do the same thing for Secret Invasion if you can.
I
how,
couldn't finish
how,
it, man.
how
I
do we
watched
feel about
Peacemaker instead.
so how are we feeling about the MCU now after this movie? Are we feeling good? Are we,
Me, yeah.
Yeah.
Me
you know,
personally, I think I'm pretty excited for it. I don't think they've dropped the ball on very many projects as of in like the last year and a half,
yeah,
including some of the Disney Plus stuff. So even like
yeah,
the animated X-Men 97s,
Oh
the
yeah.
Spider-Man, like these things have been great to me.
Yeah.
Only
sure.
movie they put out that's been lackluster has been Captain America, the newest one, and I enjoyed it though. There's a lot of things about that
You didn't
movie
like
that's
Eternals though,
bad.
did you?
I mean, I
Because we
enjoyed it,
can
but
do
it
without
wasn't
all
great.
that. We can
Yeah,
do
we
without
can do
all
without it. I know we're
Yeah.
never getting it back, so it was
that.
pointless in the first
No.
place. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
No,
They're
it
not
really
bringing
is.
it back. Only thing we're getting out of it was Tiamat. Tiamat was the only
Yeah.
thing that stuck
Yeah.
around from Eternal. So,
Yeah.
Shang-Chi was
We
good.
haven't even gotten fucking Blade yet.
Facts. No,
I know.
no.
Yeah. You said that,
I
and that
know.
reminded me, and now I'm fucking angry again because the only two things that were good about the Eternals was that Tiamat
So
showed up at the end and is
Yeah,
going to
man.
become a big major playing point in a couple things, and the
so
fact that
there's
the end credit scene was Black Knight and Blade off screen, and neither of those two has come to fruition. I know I held up three
yeah,
fingers, but you know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
Black Knight is a great Avengers character. So are they doing a West Coast team? Who the fuck knows? Because they're canceling a lot of plans that they're
Well,
setting up.
I'm gonna tell you something. So
Mhm.
we get Doomsday in on December 18th, 2026. We're
Yep.
gonna have Vision Quest in there somewhere, which I'm looking forward to that.
Okay.
However, there is only Secret Wars on the slate for 2027 right now.
Yeah.
That's it. And that's not until
I think they have
December.
another date in there somewhere that hasn't been filled, but I think there is a date.
What I'm seeing right now is that is it. 2027. I'm sure that they're gonna have stuff.
They're
Um,
doing some sort of reboot.
Now what I want to talk
What
about with
the
you guys
rumor is.
real fast
Mhm.
is the Kevin Feige Vanity interview. I don't know
So,
if you guys talked about this. I don't know if
Yeah.
you guys saw this or not. He was asked, "What's the future for the Marvel Cinematic Universe?" He pretty much flat out
right.
said, "We're rebooting it."
Yeah.
After Multiverse Saga, which I think, in a way, kind of makes sense. Now I know a lot of people have held on and have clutched their pearls for Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. and everybody that we've come to know for almost 20 years now, which is
Mhm.
crazy. I'm 41, so that's been like
Yeah.
almost half of my life. I've been watching
Yeah.
the Marvel movies, and like everything, and what Kevin Feige said, he's like, I love Superman. He's
Mhm.
like, Superman was an amazing movie.
Yeah.
He goes, if
Which is great.
DC can do it, there is no reason why we can't. And I know there's a lot of people that are not gonna like what I'm about to say, and I don't care. I say a lot of controversial things here on this show. I'm
Hmm.
here for it. Let's do it.
Yep.
Let's do a
Yeah.
reboot. Let's because my thing is I will always have a place in my heart for the stories that we got with the OG Avengers, right? I'll always have a place in my heart for them.
Yeah.
My thing is they can't just we can't just keep rolling back the past. Because for
Yep.
me, when they brought Robert Downey Jr. to play Doctor Doom, that was a very telling thing for me. I was like, man, you really could just get somebody else. Like,
They
but
could
I
have.
think that there's a
Should
reason
have.
for that. There's a very specific reason they did. And I think it might have to do with like they're gonna do like an Invincible Doctor Doom or like a Iron
Different
Man
mask,
Doctor
same
Doom.
task bullshit. Yeah.
Right. So who knows what that's all about. But
Yep.
I think in my lifetime, I had the pleasure of growing up and seeing Michael Keaton Batman in the big screen. And there's been a multitude of guys who have donned the cape and the cowl, you
Mhm.
know. And some of them have done a good job, some of them have definitely not done a good job. Like George Clooney.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
we've got Robert Pattinson is the most recent one. I think he did an amazing job with Matt Reeves' Batman movie, which I'm
I
looking
think
forward
he
to a
did
part
too.
two of that.
Yeah,
But I think if we have come to expect DC to have multitudes of Superman, multitudes of Batman, different people playing these superheroes, then why in the hell? And I think for anybody out there to expect to have Chris Evans be Captain America all the time, or the Falcon, I always forget that actor's name, playing Captain America all the time.
yeah,
That's not reality. These guys are going to get older. They're not going to want to do this all the time.
yeah.
And I think
Right.
that what we need to do is open up the possibility for new people to
Oh yeah.
play as these beloved characters, right? So,
Right.
what I want to ask you guys,
Mhm.
because I don't know who I would pick. Well, I'm just going to pick one. Who would you recast as Iron Man right now?
Ooh.
If you had to pick somebody to play as Iron Man out there in the
And
in the, in the amazing sea of
I know
actors
you're
that we
gonna.
have to
I
play,
know you well enough to know that you're gonna fucking hate this answer
do
because
it. Do it.
I've given you this answer on a similar question before, and we got into a whole ass argument. So please don't take it that same way again. But
Oh
I want
no.
them to go out, and I want them to take their fucking Disney money and use their talent scouting and go and find a whole bunch of new young people that we haven't seen on the screen a million times before. And I
I
want to
like
see
that.
a new face. I don't
I
want to
like
see
that.
someone I've seen before. And that's part of the
Okay.
reason why Pedro didn't work for me as
Mm,
Reed Richards is because he's so many other fucking roles that I'm thinking of when I see it. And that's inversely why it works when one of the big things that we know about is that Alan Cumming is coming back as Nightcrawler in the movie specifically because
yes.
he's in trouble for saying he
Right.
fought Reed Richards in the scene. He's like, "Oh, who am I
Yeah.
fighting? Pedro." Okay, and then he's on the list.
Uh-huh.
He's on the list now. Um, and the thing is that it's that same recognition that makes me go, "Oh shit, that's Nightcrawler" when I see him in other projects. So
Mhm.
when they're bringing these fictional works to life, I don't want someone that I've seen a million times playing other characters. I want someone new that I've never seen before. That can be new Iron Man because I only know him as Iron Man, and that's what I want is them to bring someone that I've never seen in. If you know what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that. Definitely an unknown artist, actor. I
Okay.
don't know actors well enough to just spew somebody out, but they need to be young. I don't want
Yeah.
a super seasoned Iron Man, so they have to
Okay.
be young. Somebody with a different vantage point in life than Reed
Yeah.
does, because if you're gonna be the two smartest people in the world, I want you to come from two different angles at all times, and
Yeah.
but I don't know. I really can't. I'm glad they're rebooting this.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad. First of all, I just
Okay.
showed you my mask, my Black Panther mask. If we don't reboot this, how do we get Black Panther back? Okay,
Yes.
let's be
Yeah.
real.
Right. Yeah.
Let's
Yes.
No
just be
doubt.
real. You can't get
Exactly.
you can't get T'Challa back. I'll say that. You can't
Yeah.
get T'Challa back without rebooting this whole thing. I'm on board. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Okay.
The whole dilemma is how do you get the casual to understand that a reboot, like we're rebooting this thing and it's okay because comics are
Yeah.
just that. They're comics. They're just a collection of stories. You
Yeah.
have the same characters in so many different stories, told so many different ways. Sit
Hmm.
back, relax, get your popcorn, and enjoy the movie instead of
Yep.
being mad that you don't see Chris Evans or Robert Downey Jr. or whoever your favorite actor was from the first phase or the first iteration of these characters. So
Okay.
you can just figure out a way to, get the casual to understand that besides using the multiverse, because that shit
Yeah.
is gonna be over with real soon.
Yeah.
Right.
Real soon. We gotta just
They.
reboot this thing. And we just
I
had
agree.
Superman be a success. So people know that you can just jump into a movie and just enjoy it.
Right. I
So
just.
I have a
I.
guy.
Oh, I was gonna say real quick. I feel the way that Marvel treated the multiverse is like when you find this new recipe and you're really excited about it and you make this new food that you've never had before and it's so fucking good and you make a big batch because you want to make sure that you share it with everybody else and then it goes in the fridge and sits in the back of the fridge for weeks and gets all fucking nasty and moldy and rotten because nobody touched it. And that's what they did
Mhm.
with the multiverse. They were like, hey, we're going to do the multiverse, and then didn't.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like You guys could have done so many cool things. We could have had a live action 1602. And if you guys don't know what that is, it's fucking cool. It's the Marvel Universe getting started in the year 1602. Everyone's like the Victorian version of themselves. Steve Rogers is a Native American. It's crazy, man. We could have had those kind of alternate universe matchups, but instead we got Papa Pizza's Pizza Balls. And I'm not saying that I don't enjoy what they did. I'm just saying that they told us they were bringing the prime rib and gave us like some shitty $3 cuts that fell off the meat truck last week. I like it. It's okay. But man, they could have done so much better with what they told us.
So
Sorry, I got dropped off for a second. But yeah.
So I got a couple people that I think could play as Iron Man.
Okay.
So here we go. And if you need to look them up so you can kind of get a look at their face.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. My first choice is gonna be Ansel Elgort. I think he has the look of Iron Man. I know you're just like, who the fuck is that guy? And that's exactly what I want.
Who is that? How do you spell that?
There you go. There you go. You said I don't know who that guy is. Well, I'm giving you a guy you don't know. So it's Ansel, Ansel, Elgort. He was in the movie Carrie, that came out in 2013.
Okay.
He was also in the A Fault in Our Stars, alongside Sean.
I know who you're talking about. Good choice.
I think he has the look, and I think he could get the vibes down to pass the vibe check for Tony Stark.
I got you. I see it. Yeah.
You see you see that now?
Yeah.
That's.
Oh yeah,
I saw
young
him.
Tony.
Yes, sir. And I think if we're gonna go with Iron Man, I think we need to go with younger people this time around. We need to go with a younger cast. Now, if I were to flip the script and really flip it around, I think my next choice would be Rami Malek as Iron Man. If you don't know who Rami Malek is, Mr. Robot. He was Freddie Mercury in Bohemian Rhapsody.
That's a real good Tony face right there.
I had to think about it. He's a fantastic actor. He's not like my first choice at all, but I think he could fucking pull it off.
I think he could do Tony Stark pretty well.
Yeah.
I've never seen this guy, but he looks like he could be a dick, though. He looks like
he can. He could be a dick. He could definitely be a dick. And then I got two other ones, and these are kind of out there. My other pick would probably be Oscar Isaac, who played Poe Dameron in Star Wars.
Well, he's already Moon Knight, so
and he's already Moon Knight. Well, he'll just be Iron Man. No, just playing. Hey, we're rebooting. That means everything.
It is a reboot.
It's all reboot. Throw it all the way. And then I think a funny choice, because he was not in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but he was in the Sony Cinematic Universe of Marvel. Okay. You get Tom Hardy to play as Iron Man.
Tom Hardy?
He was Venom. So
I think he's a little too old for
maybe
me.
a little too
old. Not for Tony Stank, no.
But I think my top choices would be Rami Malek and Ansel Elgort. I think those are my two top people to play as.
Those are good choices, Brian. You know, they are for sure.
They kind of have the look. They kind of got the look, and I think that I've seen enough of them in some movies and stuff that they could get it down pretty well. Mm-hmm. I am of the mindset of I think that's okay to reboot this, because once again, that's just what happens. We've been down this road. Yeah. I mean, aren't they already doing that with like Harry Potter? Don't they have like a new HBO show coming out where they're like basically
HBO is redoing? Yeah. Well, see, it's different because which is weird. The Marvel movie, the MCU is they're referencing the source material and mirroring the source material, but essentially it's an alternate universe. Everything that we see is in that same multiverse as an alternate universe. Not even talking about the multiverse saga, if you will. But this Harry Potter thing is they are just readapting the same material. So it's so like when you do a reboot, it's kind of different because it's like who knows what the fuck they're gonna do and what we can expect next. But honestly, with this Harry Potter thing, it's like, well, they're just gonna do the book again, and they've done that with Dune. Have you seen the original Dune?
No.
It's kind of crazy, man. So they've got the new Dune, which takes all these beats from the book
Okay.
And then everything that they left out, for better or for worse, is kind of like in the original Dune and vice versa. So if you watch these both of these cinematic pieces made
Yeah.
decades apart from each other, then
Yeah.
you get the full story of what's actually going on.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah. And
So
then
no adaptation is perfect. Go
my
ahead, yeah.
last question to
Mhm.
close the show to you guys is, how does it feel knowing that you're old enough to see the Marvel Cinematic Universe getting a reboot?
Live and die. Well, dude, that really doesn't affect me as much because I've lived through so many comic book reboots.
Oh,
Like I blame DC specifically, but
oh,
even Marvel's reset a couple times with all new, all
Yeah.
different Marvel and shit like that.
But these
Heroes
movies, we've had
Reborn
37 movies. We're on the verge of
in a
40
row.
movies.
yeah.
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 Fact.
No,
That's
it's
a
about
lot of
time.
movies. That's a lot of movies.
Well, something that pisses me off about the MCU that I really hope they do differently is we waited so deep in the game to get all these great characters. Like I understand there's a reason that the Fantastic Four haven't just been there the whole time. But that's what I love about the Marvel comic universe is that
Yeah.
they all live in the same city, not even that far apart. So it's not really a big deal to have Doctor Strange, The Thing, Spider-Man, Wolverine, whoever having a poker game on a Thursday night. But you
Right.
can't do
Yeah.
this in these movie universes because they don't fucking exist. So
Mm.
it's like
It kind of
I
feels
think
like
if
kind
they
of
do
feels
that,
like
they
Kevin
need to incorporate that. Yeah.
it kind of feels like Kevin Feige just saw what Superman did with DCU and he's like, I want to do that too. That looks like fun.
He goes, we messed up.
Yeah. And he
We
Like
messed up
should
from
like
the get-go.
yeah.
I mean, well, I don't know. I think I've heard an interesting theory. So I know they're going to lead a lot with the X-Men after,
Yeah.
Secret Wars and everything. And
Mhm.
me personally, I've never seen Harry Potter. I've never watched it. Yeah, unfortunately, I've never watched it. Somebody
That's
actually
good.
told me
That's good.
not to
There's nothing
watch
wrong
it.
with that. That's
Somebody
okay.
told me not to watch it. I'm
Right.
like, wow,
There's nothing wrong with
everybody
that.
did.
I've
But
actually never seen
I'm,
the movies outside the first one, so don't even feel bad.
oh,
Wow.
really? Okay.
I just read the
Wow.
books,
Well,
you
what
know.
I'm hearing, and I kind of like it, is I think they're going to use kind of that format, but use Xavier's School of the Gifted as the same
Mm.
thing. So you're having a young X-Men team coming together. Maybe they'll
Okay.
start a little bit, have the first few founding members established,
Yeah.
Okay.
Cyclops and whatnot. But yeah, it's starting to kind of like, we're raising new heroes to like.
I
And
like
then you
that.
have the OGs with the Fantastic Four. And then you lean
Yeah.
on them versus trying to worry about recasting a new Iron Man right away. Maybe you'll get
Hmm.
Mhm.
them in the next phase where you start getting the familiar faces once you establish these characters that you want to be the
Yeah.
foundation for your new universe. So
There
I
you
kind of
go.
hope they go that way. Start from
Yeah.
ground zero.
Yeah.
You
I'm
got
just
time.
glad that we're gonna get X-Men into the MCU.
Yes.
Whatever is on the other side of this for Kevin Feige, what he's gonna do, because I think it is kind of finally time to close the book on this entire decades long chapter of Marvel that we've
Yeah.
come to know. And I'm
Wolverine is
excited.
gonna play that until he's 90. Don't worry
Yeah,
about
they said that, yeah.
Oh, well that's true.
it.
No, that's true. But for me it's I'm looking forward to seeing what we get out of this Marvel version of the MCU version of X-Men.
Yes.
How that story is going to be told, who they're going to have as Professor Xavier, who they're going to
Right.
have play all these characters that we've come to know and love too.
Right.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited
Right.
for it. I'm excited to see what the future has as I turn old and gray, and you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Great.
But thank you to Julius for hanging out with us on this episode of the Next Level. We
Appreciate you
appreciate you
guys.
being here, guys. Go check out the Jason Files over here on YouTube. I will leave a link in the description below to their channel, so go subscribe to them. They're nerds just like us, talk about all this kind of stuff
The
too.
blue.
That's
Yes,
right.
indeed.
There you go. And we appreciate everybody listening to our show, whether you're on Good Pods, Spotify, or somewhere in between. If you do happen to be listening to us on Good Pods or Spotify, you can leave a comment about this episode. There's a comment section below, and so just let us know, like, what did you think about Fantastic Four? First steps? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Let us know. Also, let us know in the comment section of us on YouTube. This will be on the
Mhm.
Domains YouTube channel. Let us know. Let us know also what you're looking forward to out of the Marvel Cinematic Universe in Phase 6. Before we get into what's apparently going to be a reboot of the cinematic universe we've come to know and love. So, but thank you guys so much for giving us a watch and listening to us. Once again, thanks, Julius, for hanging out. We appreciate you as well. We'll see you
Thanks for having me.
guys on the next episode. Later, guys.